just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Nick City Dancers.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense. And guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a two-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. We've got Johnson. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Baller in at the 1. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis. On the topic of Caldwell-Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development. Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
New York moving it around. Count the buckets. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for New York.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Baller, he's covered by Brown, and he overdid it there. Too much force it looked like on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And taken away by Brown.
Good defensive instincts on display there.
And the Knicks hit again from deep.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against Utah. Lopez with the block.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Now here's Afflalo. Brown outside. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 18 points for the chosen one.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half. And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys. On the road.
And so it's New York with it after the basket by Detroit. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. They host the 76ers after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Anthony, no one around. Off target from 3-point range. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Baller, he's covered by Brown. Here's Baller. Good D by Lopez.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
They get it back. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
Yeah, you know, he had a lot of misses for him, and it looked to me as though he just never was comfortable from the foul line. And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
So the whistle blows on the shot and two free throws for the contact right there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Here's Brown after the basket by Detroit. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Baller. Oh, went in there. Tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. The Pistons have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And they only made 70% of their free throws as a team a season ago. Certainly room for improvement.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Brown outside. Gets it off. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Knicks lead by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Complete domination. What a game for Brown. He's got 24 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
We've got Robin Lopez. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Brown, and it's Afflalo in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Baller, he's covered by Brown. Shot clock at 6. Here's Baller, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. And it's blocked by Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And he jams it with authority.
The one-hand tomahawk for you, folks. That's automatic highlight reel material.
That got their entire bench right up and out of their chair.
And Kevin, how about the reaction from his teammates? Not just on the bench. Look at the guys even in the game.
All alone. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Baller. For New York, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Lopez a screen. Off the pick. Brown jams it in.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
Count that one. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
35.
Drummond a screen. Here's Baller. But they'll get another chance. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, put up about 24 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library, he lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Now, here's Brown. 33 points for him. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. Brown outside. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
So it's Detroit now. The Knicks making the shot. Lopez with the block. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And then Brown with the dunk.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and oh! You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what,
Agreed.
guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.